Now we're entering the next chapter of the Soma series, and it's called the core. So we go deeper into the layers of our fascia, we go deeper into the layers of our self. The pelvic changing sessions come in three. The first is session 4, and it's finding a new security. So beginning, just a review of what we did in this session, we released the inner leg. So the inner arch of the foot, medial arch, the inside of the lower leg, the inner thigh, the adductors, into the pelvic floor. And then we went up and over where the ramus bone, the sits bone of the pelvis, to go to the obturator internus. It's just one little part of the complex muscles of the pelvic floor. But just to find that sense of when we can engage those muscles. In yoga, it's called Mula Bandha. So the movement awareness to come in from session 4, you can use a block or even your hands if you don't have a block, or if you'd like to use a book or something, that works too. So if you don't have that, you just take 2 fists and squeeze your knees toward your fist to engage that line. Or you can place a block between your legs. And then thinking of these simple actions of how we get up and off of sitting. So without this awareness, I'm going to show a common pattern of recruiting from the surface of our thighs to get up from sitting to standing. I'm not thinking about my core, I'm just thinking about other muscles. This is a common thing, and I'm going to exaggerate. To stand. That dependency on the thighs, the quads of the leg, to stand can then over time bring a lot more tension in the low back. So to repattern into the core line, which is again the inner arch of the foot, inner leg to the pelvic floor. This is just the beginning of the core. We can bring in that squeeze in towards center, engaging that midline through the inner arch, lower leg, inner thighs, pelvic floor. From that energy to stand. And it's not like you're gonna have a block between your legs when you're standing, so you don't need to have that there now. And we'll try it without the block if you're using it. So I'm thinking of pelvic floor, inner legs to stand. There's a lot more energy available. The pelvic floor is like a trampoline. So again, in yoga, bandha, they're called blocks, but they're also these trampolines of energy. The inner arch of the foot is one of those trampoline types of energies, these diaphragms. So from standing up, and then also while just standing, thinking of drawing in that energy from the inner arch, inner leg to pelvic floor can bring in a lot more stability, being more in your body from this core line. When we're not in this, I'm going to exaggerate some patterns. When we feel more insecure, this can happen, this kind of collapse of that core line. We're not connected to our power. We feel very, unstable like this. Or another compensation is, I am taking up a lot of space, but this is also not really aligned to power within the self. This is trying too hard. Over time, that's going to have problems in the outer hips. So finding that steadiness, ground under the pelvis, that inner line connected to power of self, and then moving from that place.